On deck, it's your boy, Third Eye Cam / 3IC. Today's date is September 19th, 2019. The time is 10:02 a.m. I am in Colonial Heights, and I was in Richmond earlier. I could not find a good position. I got some wind blowing, but we'll try to work through that. It's pretty much almost fall, but you can see the moon setting in the west, and what I want to bring your attention to is this line of clouds. Now, a lot of these clouds are scattered or chemtrails, but the thing that they are doing is obscuring is this. See this long tail? I'm going to pan from left to right towards the sun. And I've been up since 05 something this morning, and when I saw this tail has a characteristic, I'm sorry, of some kind of foreign object. I know it's a comet, something. We're so used to seeing comets too far away and whatnot, but if you look at this tail, it's characteristic of it's panning from left to right. The head of it is here, center of my camera, and if you look at the way this tail is swinging off right here, that's what the sun is burning away from it. You know, comets usually have two tails: the tail of where it's dispersing from as it's however it's flying. There's a tail behind it, and then when it goes near a sun, a planetary sun, any kind of sun that burns it, it burns off a second tail. So this thing looks like, from my position, it looks like it's going to the right. There's a sun. It's headed to the right of the sun. Then you got the wing coming off of it, which is the tail, the secondary tail. Now within that, in front of that cloud, but from my perspective, within that cloud, there's a chemtrailer, and they've been blowing this thing up all morning. It's less jets now, but there were more jets earlier this morning as the sun was coming up. You could really see a lot more objects. Now, if you look in the wing, that looks like a planet. Oh my God, it looks like a planet. Let's see. Center of my camera looks like a planet. I would like to almost say that's a planet. Yep, that's some kind of planetary object. Now what I'm gonna do is get my camera out after I take a pause from this and get really close detail pictures with my 35mm. I got a TO6, and it has a telescope on it, so I could bend the light of the sun and actually see the stars around the sun with that telescope. I figured out how to manipulate that, and it is very detailed. Yeah, but if you look in the center right there of my camera, within that cloud, looks like a planetary body, and it has stripes on it. Looks like Jupiter. So I think that's what they're trying to hide from us, and it does have a tail coming off of it. So if I have to be corrected, that is probably what they're trying to hide. You see the sun down in the sun's 6 o'clock position. You can see the ball. I think that's our planet, some kind of planetary moon. Most people don't even know what's going on. They think it's just a cloudy today, semi-cloudy, but those are galactic clouds. I know they are. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna cut this feed since I don't have my stand. I'm gonna get some pictures, close pictures, and then we'll come back to this. All right, Third Eye Cam, hang tight, y'all. We'll be back. All right, this is 3IC. We're back. Just had to take a little intervention and take some pictures of this tail. I'm gonna swing around to it here in a second. But another thing that caught my attention is, see these chemtrails going across that pattern. They're trying to hide something. I don't know what it is, but there's a chemtrailer right there going across the light. Should be able to see them. I observed a lot of them going this way from south to north. That's my north position. Now I'm gonna swing back around to the sun. My tail has dissipated, but you see a chemtrailer going across it next to the lamppost, right above it, just above the lamppost. Chemtrailer is going exactly across the cloud that I took a picture of, that's got the planet in it. He's going right across the central axis of that orb that's within that cloud. That's how fast this stuff is moving, but it's been sitting in the sky all day, pretty much for the most part of the morning, and it just crossed across the bottom of it and put them center as best I can. Kind of got the sun in my face. But the thing that's bothering me is that I fight to capture these photos, videos, and I deal with a lot of obstruction due to the fact that I live close to the city, but it's always a tree in the way, a light post. There can never be like just any kind of flat land. I haven't found any flat land yet. No, there's a chemtrailer. That's the same guy I just filmed earlier that he finally let the smoke go. Center of my camera. He's headed across the tail of the meteorite orb or whatever's putting these galactic clouds out that they don't want us to really see. But these guys are something else, man. I don't want to constantly focus on Mr. Magic Chemtrail. Matter of fact, I'm tired of seeing Mr. Magic Chemtrail. Can I see the magic in space that's happening? The beautiful meteorites, planets, moons. One thing that bugged me out this morning is that I've been tracking Planet 9. I've actually seen it through my own telescope. It's a big bluish, whitish, milky looking cloudy smoke planet. It's real beautiful, kind of like Jupiter, but it's in a blue format. I was looking at it before I even knew it was Jupiter. But the local TV forecaster, it flashed on his camera this morning, September 19, 2019 at 06 something in the morning, as I was watching the news. I won't give his name out, but he really disappointed me, because you have all this technology at your hands and you know better. So either you choose to lie to us because you know what it is, or you really don't know what it is because you're not doing your homework. But that was the 9th planet, and I took my phone out. My phone has an app, and I tracked it. It didn't even take much effort, because the moon is in the position in front of Orion, and Planet 9 is sitting right at Orion's elbow on the galactic star chart as far as its position in the sky. And there's the moon. There's the moon right there. Orion is still out. Orion is about right here. Right there. Let me see. Yeah, somewhere in this grid and quadrant of my camera. And there's the moon right there. Right below that puffy cloud. You can see the moon. So Orion's still out. It's gonna be out for the day. And here's another chemtrailer coming up. Like, these guys are gonna be at this all day. It's usually the same crew, but that's him, and there's his buddy right there trailing ahead of him with no smoke. And then you got his Mr. Trailer. I don't know if my GoPro can pick him up. There he is, and he's getting ready to go hit up this part of the sky again. He's gonna cross up. He's following behind his boy who just left this chemtrail. All these little galactic funky looking clouds that are kind of smudged out in the sky, some of them are chemtrails, yes, but the ones that are higher up are housing debris in space that's housing a moon, asteroid, meteorite, a planet, some kind of orb. And I'd just really like to see that without interference. That's what's really bugging me out. So I don't do this. I'm not doing this for thrills, as I said before. I've always been fascinated with the sun, the moon, the stars, space, because I know my God lives up there. That's just the spiritual side of me. So when I look up there, I see my God. I'm looking for him. Not I to see him, I'm looking for him. I think I see an orb right here. See this faded cloud right here? Yeah, in the middle of it is some kind of orb. Again, I'm gonna have to get my camera out and take pictures, because my camera brings out detail. That's not a chemtrail. or the remnant of a chemtrail. Oh, there's my chemtrailer right there, Mr. Magic Chemtrailer. That is a modified bomber, people. Look at the wingspan on it, if you can see it. That thing is huge, super huge. And oh, now I think I know where he's headed to. This faded cloud up here is a meteorite, housing of a meteorite, and it's headed probably, more than likely, I don't know, but since the sun is over here and the meteorite's right there and the sun attracts all this stuff, I'm guessing it's headed towards the sun, as is with all of the rest of this spatial debris. I think that's a planetoid in the middle of the camera. Don't worry, I'll highlight it. But these guys are obscuring this thing, these orbs, all day. That's all they do. They come through and they obscure with the chemtrail smoke. This is so disconcerting that it's depressing. It is super depressing, because I really would like to see a light show. I want to see God's light show. I'm kind of done with man's light show. Man's light show is a lot of tricks and trickery, and it comes and goes. God's light show stays forever. Proof, look at the sun and the stars. Okay, the chemtrail that was in front of that planet, he just lit his trail up. Jesus Christ. Yep, right in the middle of the camera, he just lit his trail up going across that orb. So that's definitely a planetary type deal right there. And his boy's gonna come follow up behind him with his trail. So I see how slick they are. He comes through, he lights his chemical up, puts it in the atmosphere. This guy comes through with his different chemical, and once they mix with the air, they explode and create a cloud. And that's what's about to happen. It's like dropping chemicals in water, acid, and watching it bubble over. Same thing, falls with the air, just in a slower format, depending on the ratio that you drop and the volume, solidity. So he's gonna come and disperse his chemical. And I can really see the moon that he's hiding. I can see it now. I just showed up, now that I'm focusing on it. And the way I figure this stuff out is wherever direction that they're headed, you look ahead of their nose and you'll spot it. And it's always usually in the debris of clouds. So he just went across the middle of this moon, orb, meteorite, asteroid, whatever it is. I don't know. It might be a spaceship. I'm gonna just call it a planetoid. So he just went across the middle of it. And that's when I was tracking earlier, about 5 minutes ago. Yeah, approximately 4 or 5 minutes ago. Yeah, so this is really depressing. Like, real talk, this is super depressing to have to see them do this. We got all the beauty and splendor of the solar system converging upon us to light a new path for a new beginning, and on a spiritual level, and these people only want to be stuck in the ways of their paganism. Pathetic. The paganism was forged. It's false. Truth is coming. All right, so my planet has moved on. I can still see it, but it's fading past us, our horizon. And these things swing around every day, and we get to see them when they don't chemtrail. Like, a lot of these clouds now are just really fake. I mean, you got your lower atmospheric clouds, but once you get up to the stratosphere, they keep dropping these chemtrails. And once this stuff falls back from the stratosphere to the atmosphere, it creates these clouds, cloud cover. They've been doing this since 1947 approximately, but something big is about to happen soon. Nobody knows what's going down. They're too busy into their own little freaking self-worship. And that's the one thing that pisses me off about man. Yeah, we got all this technology, and we can touch the 6 corners of the earth. So what? It was already here before us. We're not the first to do it. Don't let nobody lie to you and say that we're the first to bring out technology, all this technology was repetitively stolen. All right, I don't want to go on a tangent. I'm just really trying to observe the skies. But yeah, that in the middle of my camera is an orb. Next to it is an orb, and that big one in the middle is an orb also. I've seen that one repeatedly. It's got, you see the atmosphere coming off of it and the tail. Look how the atmosphere is reaching out into space, and planes are going across it to chemtrail it. And we got more chemtrailers. Oh, whoa, look at them. 2 more, and they're headed for that planet in the middle of my camera. They're headed for that one. We got one spraying in the rear right there, and one not spraying right there. That's gonna take them about probably roughly 3 minutes to get there. Oh, and the chemtrail that sprayed across, he's further down at the tree line. You can see him spraying. So they're gonna get these galactic space clouds all day, because these galactic space clouds are housing planetary orbs, foreign objects that have never showed up in our spatial airspace before, and these guys are converging on it. Got one going that way by the red and white tower, got another one crossing up, and then you got this guy and that guy. So now it's starting to really show up as to what they're doing. Let me see. Oh, and there's another one. See, they're just gonna keep coming all day. Jesus, these guys are pathetic, man. You wasting all this, again, taxpayers, billions and trillions of dollars. For all of you that care about that, you work hard for nothing just so that they can put it in these planes, these high-powered crap, and spray the sky to keep us from seeing these beautiful planets coming in. Beautiful planets. Some of them are probably gonna be dangerous. End result, we can't escape the wrath that's coming. If some meteorites about to rain down on us, they're gonna get us. It's just it. All right, so there's the chemtrailers. They're all exacting that same pattern of the stretch chemtrail. So somewhere in the area is a big old planet. I can almost make it out. They're hiding it. How many people would converge on that one spot? Just look at it. Right there in the middle of my screen. That's your main planet that they're hiding. Off to the side, close to the pole that the light pole that I'm standing next to, in front of me. Those are your moons. Little moon, and I'm using the pole. Big moon, using the pole. Planets, for you that don't understand or don't know where to look. These guys are something else, man. Now, let me see, my last chemtrailer's coming through. He should be about right there, middle of the camera. All right, yeah, there's my spot. Had to put my spot on so I can spot check these guys. He's about right here-ish. And by the time he gets there, he'll start spraying. All right. Let's see if he'll spray right on cue. Normally they do. Well, it's definitely a planetoid and its moon. You can see the tails coming off of them, and you can see the chemtrailers spraying them. And his spray should be getting loose in about a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's hit the outside of the planet. He's cutting through the middle. Let's see if I can keep it in the middle. And let's see if he sprays. Once it gets inside, they usually spray. They don't want to be too obvious. I mean, these planets are beautiful, man. Look at them, like they're in your face, people. All you gotta do is look away from your cell phone and look up and you see them. That's all you gotta do. I've been doing this for a very long time, to the point where it's exhausting. Oh, there's another chemtrailer. It's coming down from here and descending. These guys are just really sneaking in. What they're gonna do is just rotate all day throughout the sky. Sweep back and forth, back and forth. Now, you see more clouds approaching. There's a chemtrail over here towards the sun, below the sun. Here's another chemtrailer right there. Right there. Interesting. And very depressing. For a person that wants to see, I'm an Aries. I have no patience for bullshit. You got bullshit going on with you, you got to get away from me. Now, when I was a child, I thought very highly of our government. But now that they're resorting to things like this in the year of P45, it's all depressing. I'll tell you, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. Third eye cam. All right, this is third eye cam. I'm back. Same date, time is 11:02, 2 hours later. And they have completely covered up the sky. Completely. Your planet that I was looking at, pointing out earlier, is right there. Middle of my camera. The clouds came from the east. This stuff is passing over, following the sun, going to the west. I mean, the clouds are passing to the west. I'm sorry. These planetoids are being attracted towards the sun. There's one of them right there.
I'll be able to tell by how.
This is your sun. They're all following the sun, and these guys come and cover up everything with the damn dumb cotton ass clouds. These are fake ass clouds. Look how dirty they are. These are not clean clouds. These are dirty. There's a object right there. It's the only thing I probably can get. There's another one right there, right below the sun. See if I can zoom in on it. All right, there. Yeah, you can see that. That's debris around a meteorite type deal. The reason why we can't see it clearly is because we got to see through our atmosphere, so it comes up as blue, and then you can see the debris outlining it. This happens all the time. Nothing new. You can see the small meteorites around it, rocks, space rocks. You see something over here. I can't really make this out, but it's some kind of foreign spatial debris object. And they're all traveling towards the sun, but they're kind of just sitting there, but the clouds make them look like they're moving. Look back over here. Here's my planet. See the wind coming off of it. They're completely trying to cover it up because it's getting ready to come into a really good view where people would freak out if they could see it. So what they do, cover it up. So I'm getting ready to change locations. I was at Walmart trying to get some stuff to clean my camera lens on my 35mm. Gonna change the locations and try to get a better view of things. And again, there's your meteorite and your orbs, pretty much holding position with the sun. They're still moving really fast, but we can't tell from here, and we damn for sure can't tell with them covering the sky up. Look at this. This is north, middle of the sky, west, south, and east with the sun. And we're on a partial eclipse also, if you can't tell, but camera should show up real well. We're always on a partial eclipse every day. The reason being, that faded part of the sky looks really light, and that's far away from the sun. Then we get right here, it gets darker with all the meteorites and trash passing between us and the sun, causes a partial eclipse, like a shaded eclipse. It's kind of broken up with all the particles between us and the sun. Yeah, these people are depressing me. I hope Uncle Sam hears me. You need to come see Third Eye Cam. and explain yourself. We'll be back. All right, welcome back. This is Third Eye Cam, and the time is same date, 11:33. I had to wait for some of the clouds to clear out so that our solar clouds could show back up and our stratospheric clouds. This is what we got so far. Back my camera up so I can catch more of the sky, but it'll be in more of a concave type look. Do the GoPro's makeup. We're just gonna swivel around. There's a propeller. Get some angles. Really not much to see. A lot of clouds in the way as usual. This is when the government strikes really hard. And I don't really care that I use that name because they're the ones in charge of this whole fiasco. This is when they strike to drop the clouds so that we can't see. Like I said, I'm an hour and 45 from P45's position off of Pennsylvania Avenue, and he's got enough to contend with, so they don't want him to see this. We probably try to shoot him down and order the whole world to send up nuclear missiles because it's going to interfere with him getting his money. You can have that bullshit. Have your money. This is where the real show is, up in the heavens. We'll change position again. We'll come back. All right. Looks like we do have a planetoid object below the sun in its 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock position. Pretty interesting. There. Then we got one right here also as well. Center of the camera. Saw that one coming out early. It's got a tail coming off of it, and you can see the orb in the middle. A lot of them keep popping up, but these guys keep covering up the sky. And that's what's depressing. It really is depressing. There's so much to see, but they keep covering it up. And that's my biggest complaint. The only eyes I can see is the pilots and the birds. But they're not Third Eye Cam, so I can't tell you what I see up there. I'm not up there. I wish I was. It's cool though. 3 I see. You on deck with Third Eye Cam. Same date, the time is 2:34. I just got through shooting at the range. Had to detox my soul a little bit. So the sky cleared up a little bit more, and I came out and caught in the middle of my camera this space debris. I'm guessing that's a planetoid type deal. It's got debris around it and a tail. And then up near the sun, got, let me see if I can get a clearing. 2 little meteorites. Center of the camera. One going towards the sun, one going away from the sun, with a tail behind them. And then more debris covered up by clouds. So we're gonna change locations and see what we can see. I'm about to go in for therapy on my foot. I broke it August 1st. And come back out and see what we can see. 3 I see. On deck with your boy Third Eye Cam. The time is 3:03 p.m. Same date, September 19th, 2019. I just caught some space dust in the sky after the clouds cleared out. Middle of my camera. Seems like every time I roll my camera, I got people that converge on me trying to see what I'm doing. But that's due north. Swing west. Clouds. Fake clouds made up. Some galactic space dust, and then we swing. This was this south, east, and you got all your trash beyond the big fluffy clouds. You got your space debris and whatnot. You can clearly see it, the one right above the tree. I don't know if that's an orb right there. It's an orb or a meteorite or a planet or a moon. And then you got this big dust, debris mesh behind these puffy clouds. I think that's a planet. That's what we got so far. I'm gonna change locations, so I gotta kind of get away from people because I don't like when they come out trying to figure out what I'm doing. It just kind of deteriorates me from my focus on the sky. So we'll come back. All right, 3IC. On deck, third eye cam. Same date, time is 3:53 p.m. And guys, the reason why I'm taking a moment right here, I'm looking at this center of my camera, a faded clouded anomaly. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Looks kind of planetoided with a tail behind it. Right here we got a chemtrailer, 2 of them. No smoke, just flying along. One here, center of the camera, and the other one is there, center of the camera, with the other planetoidal anomaly headed towards the sun with the tail behind it. So they're just poking along. This is around about the time since we're headed back into the winter months where the space dust will be seen a lot earlier than 6. I'm gonna say between 4ish and 5ish before it gets dark. Oh, this is really interesting to look at. But there's some kind of anomaly right there. Let me take the building top out of the picture. Boom, get it there. Something right there. That's not a regular cloud. Bird just flew across it. That's not a regular cloud. It's got an arc and a tail behind it. You can definitely see it on the camera. Let me see. Yeah, that's not a cloud. That's not a cloud. It's mostly galactic space dust. It's gonna fade out a little bit, but I thought I'd catch it before it faded. It will show back up. The camera will probably catch it better than my eye. But that's the most interesting one because I can see a sphere within it now that it's fading. No, it's starting to fade out, but I can see a sphere within it. So yeah, we'll be back. All right, on deck, this is your boy, Third Eye Cam. Time is 4:26. I have my 35mm right there, pointed at the weirdest anomaly. There's a planetoid looking thing there in the middle, the camera there and there. It's pretty interesting. So we're just gonna get some pictures of it and then come back. You can hear my camera clicking. All right, we'll be back.